What's going on, guys? The King Coop here, aka Coop Day Dad. I think I'm just gonna go with the King Coop for now, but Coop Day Dad will always be my Xbox tag, I think. Yeah. Anyway, back again with some more reviews of ranked 5v5s with randos from my personal friend, Wild. Let's check it out. Let's dive into it. Once again, he's a fairly new soccer slash football player. And yeah, he's just looking for some advice. He watches other sports, but I don't think he watches a lot of soccer. And I think he just needs some insight into how he can improve his positioning, his decision making, and that sort of thing. Okay, actually, I'm noticing something right off the bat. You need to just turn your screen shake off. I've never seen it because I turned it off before I even played my first game, but I just saw some weird screen shake there. I would turn that off. It does nothing but hurt you. And also, if you have motion blur on, I don't know if that's a option. I don't remember. Turn that off too. But definitely screen shake. Turn that all the way down to 0. We're gonna skip forward a tiny bit. Yeah. Good step. You marked the man, but that guy's already marked by your buddy. Good interception. That's a good pass. And because this guy left the goal wide open, maybe it'll be a goal. You'll love to see it. Okay. Let's just fast forward. Alright, you're cutting back in, get in front with a standing tackle. Okay. Doesn't. Oh, keeper was able to recover. Those are nail biters. Good job recognizing that the play wasn't there, so you didn't need to waste your stamina. Get in front. Good standing tackle. You interrupted that. Stand in the goal there. In my opinion, if the goalie's that far out, you should be standing in the goal. Even if there's not much you can do, if a cross comes through, you could make a big difference.
My bad.
Twisted ice. It was your bad. Alright, you got two guys open. You no look pass. It almost works. It almost works. You'll love to see it. Just in this situation, don't forget you can call for the ball. Your team probably won't pass it to you, but you know what? If you call for it, they know you're there. You know, maybe one day they will pass it. Wasted slide tackle. Didn't affect you too much though. Your stamp's basically full. Ooh, scary. Okay. In my opinion here, your entire team is in this corner. Except for, well, you do have one guy who's kind of breaking away. But there's two of them and two of you, right? So what benefit do you serve here? Ideally, you could go here and wait for a pass, or hope for a pass, or hope for an ejection. You could also kind of just stay middle and wait, or you could kind of creep back a little bit to make sure that this guy doesn't cheat in and just get like a free goal because you guys get stuck in the corner watching what happens in corners, where it's just people hitting the ball into each other and then eventually it comes out. Fortunately, your teammate gets it out there, and if you had been there up above him, you would have been in the way. But I think, yeah, I think just minor positioning change there. Here, you should be looking at the goal way before you go to shoot. I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to watch it in slower speed just to make sure I'm right here, but it looks like, maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like you don't look at the goal until after you're pressing the shoot button. Okay. You looked and pulled it right away. Okay. But honestly, there's no reason for you to not be looking at your target before, like, oh, let's go back one more second. right here, you see the ball there. You take the ball. As soon as you take that ball, you should be turning your camera. There's no benefit to not turning your camera here. And again, I would, not again, but, and I would be aiming lower. I would aim right here, personally. Because the keeper's kind of giving you this. You're coming across, so we can draw it out. You're coming across like this. The keeper is naturally going to slide like this with you. And, you know, it's kind of 50-50. Is he going to expect, which way he's going to expect you to go? But if you aim about here or here, see a little bit, kind of right on the post, but then you curl in. And on this one, you curl away or down. Either way, curl away or down to try and get it not straight at the keeper where he dives. I think that's going to be your best choice. But either way, none of that stuff matters because, unfortunately, you didn't look at the goal until as you were shooting the ball. And you tried to curl it there. You can still move this cursor while you're hitting that shoot button. You just have to be quick with it. So yeah, that's just practice, you know, making sure that you've got that on. And you can mess around in the free play to get a feel for that. But hopefully you just score here and then, okay, see again.
My bad.
It's interesting because I've seen you make plays where you don't look where you're going to pass the ball. You don't look where you want the ball to go, etc. And I think it's almost, maybe you're just used to an older form of, maybe you played FIFA or something where you could just hold the stick, you know, when you're a kid and you kind of have that in you, or like, I'm not sure, maybe, yeah, I mean, NBA games, basketball games, you can just hold the stick in the direction you want to pass. In this game, you got to use that cursor for your shooting. Ooh, that was a good shot. And then he followed it up by kicking it right at him. Good use of your extra effort. Okay, so there, nope, slide tackle is not going to hit that most times. It's very hard to get that with a slide tackle, in my opinion. I'm not a pro yet. Neither are you. I feel like the header button works a lot better for these weird deflections. You want to stand on that circle, and then you want to hit triangle, or what is it on the Xbox? Y, while holding your stick away from the goal, so probably to the right in this case, and your guy will do a really ugly jump, but he'll bump the ball away from the goal.
Sorry, my fault.
Slide tackle, hitting those, I don't think I've ever gotten a good slide tackle in the box on a rebound. It's like 50-50 if it'll just go into the fucking goal. But also it's your timing, and it's so much harder to slide tackle that than it is to just jump. In this game, it feels like a lot of the animations have different interaction zones. If that's the best way to describe it. And the slide tackle one's probably the worst. Okay, wow. Skip forward, because that, I mean, it's not really a teachable moment. Okay. Well, let's watch your position and see if there's anything you could have done differently. No, you couldn't. Okay, it was at the start. That's rough. Alright, you're back in the net. She scores 3-2.
My fault.
Ooh. You gotta be way more decisive on that. You came out of the box very late, and it could have been really dangerous. Position's okay.
We got this.
Yeah, I agree with Ellen Reaper. I want to see more "we got this" in the chat. Be more positive. Just bring that positivity, you know. Okay, so, ooh, you could have been hitting the A button or X button to interact with that ball as it came through. I'm gonna let you know what I do in this situation when you're right here, or actually anytime I'm here. Something I've started doing, and I don't know if this is the right call, so please, someone in the comments, let me know what you think about this. is I instantly extra effort to the ball. Doom, doom. Just double tap that right bumper and just apply lots of pressure. Basically, this guy, he hasn't really gone anywhere. This guy, he on their team is, oh shit, I guess he's gone. I guess he quit. Yeah, I don't, I guess he quit. But usually they're not pushed up much, right? And people have an aversion to passing sideways, and they definitely hate passing it back to the keeper. So then you've got this guy who's in the middle of the field and should be marked by your one of your defenders. I have actually made way more goals than I should have by just pressuring this guy early and then getting a one-on-one with the keeper because they just I don't know. It's like they get paralyzed when you pressure them really quick and fast. Worst case scenario, you burned your extra effort, your stam's full, and he passes it somewhere else, and then you can get back into position. Again, someone in the comments has a better strat there. Love to hear it, but that's what works for me. Um, it works a little bit better if you're on the middle, just because you don't leave your man on the flanks wide open by being on the edges and running in. Even though you're closer on the flanks, you leave, I think being in the middle is better for that strategy. It's your natural mark anyway, right? Okay, so why was your stam all the way down, gone? Because you sprinted up, then extra efforted back. Yeah, maybe it's a elo thing. Maybe it's just a playstyle difference. But I feel like I play with my bar at like 2/3. Like I kind of think of like GTA, if you played that, where you don't just hold down the sprint button, you kind of tap it while you're going to sort of make it last longer. In this game, I find that I alternate between holding, like just tapping it, or holding it for short bursts to try and maintain that, so that if shit hits the fan, I have that bar almost full to make a big difference in a play. Good try. Little risky here, but I think you guys got this one in the bag. Wow, nice. Okay, let's get to the end screen. Actually, what did it say? So you're at, okay, halfway to gold. Or gold 3, I should say. Let's see the, oh, did we not get to see the stats? Oh, they were there for half a second. Ooh, yeah, okay. So you weren't really in this one that much. Only one pass, but you did have an assist. You did have that really nice no-look flick. I respect that. But yeah, definitely, remember that the score doesn't always reflect everything, but you definitely had a player on your team who was having an impact. So I feel like when the scores are so just insanely different, 9 to 3,000, that's not bad, and that's not bad. But when someone has 9,000, you've only got 2,450. To me, it reads that this guy was pulling a lot more weight than he should have, I guess, expected to have to, reasonably, but it is what it is. You still won. You still were there. Your defense was just not as impactful, and that happens. That happens to real life players as well, where it's like, this guy's always good, but today he just you didn't notice him on the field as much as you usually do. That happens. You can't just be messy all the time. Alright, let's watch this last game. Start off in the goal with the black and the orange. See, this is when, in ranked, I usually I play it a little bit differently. I definitely have my mic going, and I'm talking, right? I'm saying, first off, if I'm in the goal, I'm hitting, we got this. I'm hitting it twice, letting them know, we got this. And then I'm going to be like, look, you got 2 open on your left. And then right there, I'm going to say, good job, we got this. Because he made a good try. I can't see exactly how close it was, but be positive. You're not doing anything else right now, Okay, stay big. Step a little bit. That's you. Dive on that. The slide tackle. Remember that slide tackle in the box that I was talking about? How it doesn't work? That guy just executed it. Okay. Okay, he kind of slid tackled at the last minute. I hate that as a keeper. Obviously, you know, you want to grab it, but let's talk about it. As soon as you saw he was going for that off the backboard, right by this point, you know he's going backboard. You can see where the ball is going. You can see the spot. You want to be positioning yourself, kind of guessing the angle, right? Like, you know he's here, you know it's heading here, you know it's going there, you know it's a tight, it's a pretty tight angle, right? You want to be standing right here and just jumping for it as soon as it's like, you got to get a feel for it. But like, you could have been, if you had been there and then dove, his kick wouldn't have mattered, if that makes sense. Just the thing you got to get used to. Ah. I also might have hit that guy with a good job when he had that slide tackle, because he did clear it out. Good save. It doesn't seem like you got a lot of help on defense. Ronan, he's trying, but kind of left that guy wide open. Okay, so that was a quick delivery. You did see the open man, and it worked out well. Good job. Good job. I think you did fine to hit that quickly because he was wide open. But I mean, if you got cherry pickers on your team, I hate passing to them. It affirms that what they're doing is okay. Excuse me. A good defensive move. This should be a one touch up the line. Nope, you go for the pass. It wasn't punished, but I mean, look at this slide tackle, and this is why I talked about the slide tackles. If you had hit your, I think you're playing on Xbox. I think I saw an input that said maybe think you're playing on Xbox. You hit the A button while holding up on the stick. Your player would touch the ball into space here. This guy's slide tackling. He's gone. You're done. Then you've got this guy who's stepping up, which then frees up. That's two defenders that are on you, or essentially on you, while you've got more open field. Your pass worked, but you know, let's look at where it goes. Most times, I don't think this pass works. Yeah, because look at your man. He's marked. And he actually missed the pass, and it went to the guy behind him. So, try to be more... what's the word? Good pass. Can't... Oh, well, should have been a good pass. I cannot think of the word for the life of me. Try to be more intentional. That's the word I'm looking for. Try to always have your proverbial head on a swivel. See what your options are. Whether it's through your mini-map or, you know, having your head up on the game. And just be intentional with those passes. Intentional with your decision making. Slide tackle. Standing tackle that. Maybe you get a deflection. Okay, so here there's no one pushing. So you score, that's fine, but no one on their team is pushing up. You see number one is pushing in. Maybe he goes either way. You could be standing here. You're still going to beat their guy back on defense. And there's no downside to be pushed up. Honestly, your goalie could be here too. You know, just the whole team can move up together to keep the ball in play. If this hadn't gone in, it ricochets off and it goes here. That's all you. And you can send it right back into the box. But since you're here, this guy's much closer. This guy's closer, you know? So just try and apply your pressure, even if it doesn't add score to the scoreboard. Apply pressure to the field while you're off ball. If you're worried about someone breaking away, always be the last man there, you know, be between them and your goal, but you can still push up as a threat. It's just a feel thing. Okay, see, your goal is way out. That's okay. You received it, and you passed it to yeah. Okay, we can look at this. You received it. You used the A button to receive it, which is really good. Keeper's recovering. I'm trying to figure out why you went there. Did you actually see this guy on your minimap? Maybe you saw him. Maybe you saw him. If you did, good job, man. Way to use the minimap. Your other option would have been to just kind of boot it out. Or no, I think your best choice there, honestly, you had full sprint and extra effort. You get this touch. Good pause, good pause. And you touch it and you just go this way. You sprint, you touch it in front of you. You've got space. This guy has to catch up to you. I think you go. I think you gotta work on your dribbling and you just go. I don't know how this turns out, but you gave it away for free. Let's be intentional with our possessions. Fortunately, your keeper makes that save. All of your team is going for the deep ball, and it was close because they had a lot of people still in your third or half. Step to that, run through it, hit that A button, steal that ball. Did it give you credit as an interception there? Okay, it did. But see, standing tackle, look at you, you're on the ground a lot. It's so much harder to get the ball from a tackle. Oh, that's yours. And you did a slide. Okay. Come on, man. Let go of that damn sprint button. That's what I want to see. Just standing tackle. Ah. Earlier, extra effort, that was yours. Standing tackle, I think you would have gone through his hitbox and hit the ball into space. Alright, this is a little sloppy. Good job marking your man. You're giving him a little bit of space, but that's fine. Okay, so here you should be extra efforting into open space to give your teammate, yep, there it is. So now touchback. Yeah, I mean, he called for it, but also the lob pass doesn't go that far. You gotta work on using your shoot button to generate more power on the passes. That was a really good pass. Could have been a really good pass, but here's what it is. Keeper. Alright, extra effort there. I don't think it was the right call. Save that stuff, man. Save it for making a difference, you know? Fortunately, it's back already before you have to play defense, but you didn't even look at the ball, you just slid. Oh, it's so risky. Keep your eyes on the ball, man. Oh. Fortunately, you're up 2-0, but see, I think you're way too deep here. You have no reason to be that deep. Just relax, relax. You're doing a lot of sprinting. Try and read the situation. Good read. Good job seeing him. And that's yours. Extra effort. Oh. There you go. Alright, at least you got the win. Let's see what the... There you go. I mean, everyone averaged about the same. Everybody pulled their weight, more or less. Passes were a little low, but at least you did some good defense on a lot of interceptions. Yeah, man, I would just work on being more intentional with your possessions, though. Like, you've got some good no-look passes, but I got to assume some of it comes down to just your team getting to the ball first, not necessarily you setting up your team for the best. Your team setting up, you setting your team up for the best outcome. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. And if you have any advice for WYLD 1058, please leave them in the comments. Or for myself, I'm getting back into the swing of things. I feel like my voice is hating me for just talking for 26 minutes consistently. Yeah, if you want to send me a video, leave a comment. We'll figure something out. Maybe I'll create a Dropbox, or I don't know. Well, I'll figure something out how you can get your video file to me. Maybe if you upload it to YouTube, you can do it that way. We'll figure something out. Trying to think if there's any other closing notes, but I think we covered it. You know, stay on your feet, be more intentional with your possessions, and recognize that off the ball, you can have a lot of pressure on the game flow. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you liked, please like and subscribe to see more in the future, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.